Independence Day from
Wait,
19...
Deb,
Yeah.
I can't hear you. Take off that freaking mask.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh my God, the aliens are here. The aliens are here. The aliens are here. Oh my God.
Independence Day from 1996, an action sci-fi. The aliens are coming, and their goal is to invade and destroy Earth. Fighting with superior technology, mankind's best weapon is his will to survive, and it has one of the best patriotic speeches ever written in a movie and administered by Bill Pullman, who plays the president.
The Rocket Pop Shop. Start your Independence Day watch party with the Rocket Pop Shop, the perfect drink to toast the president's iconic speech, where everyone cheers for freedom, or Randy Quaid's heroic shot to take down the mothership. Either way, it's a blast of layers of red, white, and blue. Here we go. Should we shoot it down? And then give
I
it
must lift up my alien face, Earthling.
Let me just tell the ingredients, Earthling. I don't know how you're gonna drink it through that mask.
I will try.
So you talk about a ½ ounce of Grenadine, ½ ounce of vodka or white rum, ½ ounce of blue curacao, crushed ice, red, white, and blue if you want a popsicle version, and chill in the freezer. Pour Grenadine on your base, layer some vodka on top with a spoon, gently pouring over the spoon, and top with the blue curacao. Or make it into an ice pop. Either way, it's going down smooth. Time to shoot down the mothership, alien.
What about that? Their hands are shaking. Who's drinking it besides us?
To freedom and Independence Day. Before we start our episode, I want to give thanks to the City of Elizabeth and especially Mayor Christian BOLLWAGE.
As well you should.
On behalf of the Real Watch List Plus and Bold Media Films, we want to give a heartfelt thanks to the Mayor and the City of Elizabeth for allowing us to film this episode in a stunning, historic Elizabeth City chambers. Your support gave us the perfect backdrop, adding depth and authenticity to our production. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Mayor, for preserving such a gem and sharing it with us. Stay tuned. There's more to come on the Real Watch List Plus.
I have to take it all the way off because now my head is...
Oh, please don't take it all the way off, all right? Just keep the mask off.
Bow, 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 la da da, la da 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 da.
Stop.
Okay.
So 1996, July 2nd, this movie comes out.
Yep.
And it's an automatic blockbuster. People were loving it. I remember seeing it many years ago when it first came out, and I thought it was just incredible. But as reviewers, let's go a little bit deeper and talk about a little bit more than just what's on the surface.
Unless you felt we're on a turnip truck riding all around America, you would know this movie, I would think. And it's on TV a lot. So do you want to do our scores right now?
Sure, let's flip a score. Here we go.
And on the count of 1, 2,
3. Flip. Are you freaking kidding me?
I don't care.
Oh my God,
I don't
get
care.
out of here.
I felt when I saw this. No, I don't care. I don't care. Boop. I felt when I.
Are you
we can't
freaking
wreck the
crazy?
furniture. We'll be in trouble. Proper decorum at all times in the courtroom, or
Tell
else
me
we'll
why
be here
this is a
for
10.
trial.
This is not a 10. This is
I'm
not a 10.
sorry. I'm sorry.
You put this on par with like a Star Wars? Star Wars is a 10.
Irrefutably, sir.
Oh, please. This is not on par. This is fun.
Okay.
This is adventurous. This is like summertime
There's a lot of
blockbuster.
reasons why.
All right, go ahead, talk.
Okay, I felt when I saw this, first of all, this was really the last blockbuster, except for franchises, which we don't count, because franchises have a built-in audience, like Star Wars, like your cartoon things and your superheroes. They have built-in audiences. Yeah. But here's the thing. This actually was almost an instant classic. Lines were around the...
How is this a classic?
Would you let me talk?
Who refers
I want
to
to tell
this?
you.
Nobody
Let me
refers to
tell
this
you
movie.
why I say you asked me and you won't let me answer.
I can't.
Okay. I felt it was like an instant classic. It has CGI that was groundbreaking, that everybody copied. It had probably one of the best movie trailers that ever was. It has an iconic speech that will bring tears to your eyes every time you listen to it. It made Will Smith an incredible star, breakthrough star. This had so many elements, and it had probably in the 90s the couple of director-producers that were the 90s. Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich. I mean, I felt when I saw Independence Day, I was thrilled, and so was the audience. The audience cheered, they clapped.
Bullshit. This was so stereotyped. Check off the freaking box. Okay, let's talk about why I voted or rated it.
What did you give it? 8? Oh,
8.
Lord.
Maybe we should go down to a 7 now. Now that you give it a 10.
Stop. Will
Please.
You stop? You don't know what you're talking about.
It's so stereotypical. I will give you the fact that it was a blockbuster. I loved it when it came out. It's enjoyable. It's entertaining. A classic.
Yes.
Maybe enjoyable and entertaining, but a classic.
I felt it was almost an instant classic.
Vivica Fox plays a stripper. Come on, they had to give the African American a stripper role because she is the love interest of the hero, Will Smith, and they resort to putting her in that kind of position.
It's a job.
Bullshit.
It's an honest job being a stripper.
Here we go. The mad scientist, if you know Data from the Next Generation Star Trek, he plays the mad scientist in Area 57 or whatever the frig it's called, 54, 1, I don't know.
This is how much he knows about the movie.
How do you portray a mad scientist? You get hair that comes down here, you kind of look like Albert Einstein, you act all weird. I'm like, come on, I've seen that already. What about the aliens? How come every single alien has to look like an alien? Why can't they look like you or I? Or maybe, something more than just something slimy, something grotesque. I mean, it's so...
I can explain all these things to you.
It's so copied, like they allow civilians in one part of the movie towards the end where they're trying to figure out how to blow up the mothership. All of a sudden they bring in civilians inside this place where it's secret. I'm like, come on.
What civilians did they bring in, Joe? They came on the base.
Cliche.
The world was ending. The main things in the country were blown up. Are you kidding me?
Jeff Goldblum plays, the quote-unquote hero. Like he's done that part before. How many times before that?
He did it after in Jurassic Park.
And he did it before, too. So
when he was the Fly?
Yeah.
I don't think it worked out well for him in that.
Still, it's so cliche.
I don't think so.
I like it. I will give it its props. Not a classic, cliche.
Well, I want people to write in because I consider Independence Day a classic.
Well, we're talking about the change of presidencies. This is
the reason it's in our political movies is because of the speech.
Right.
And Bill Pullman does a great job as a president. He's all the things you would want in a president. And of course, when the movie opened on July 2nd, which was great because back in the day, you had summer pictures open and we anticipated and waited for them for months and they ran in theaters for a long time. But Independence Day was really the last big blockbuster. They wanted Godzilla to be that afterwards with Matthew Broderick. It tanked. But they had lines around the block. People saw this movie 2 and 3 times. It was, I think, the first trailer that was shown at the Super Bowl with the White House blowing up. And that was
$1 million plus.
That's CGI. CGI's been corrupted since then. I'm sorry to say, but I think it has.
This is true. But you know what I think, though? I mean, Bill Pullman's speech, incredible, very moving. I didn't cry.
I did.
I mean, I know what to get you for Christmas, a box of tissues.
But if you get patriotic, you get teared up.
And, in a little bit of background history, they actually added Independence Day, the line about today is the world's Independence Day.
They did.
Because there was a fight over the title. Warner Brothers owned the title.
Of course. I think it was called ID.
ID4. So
ID4.
As they were going through production, they used the title ID4 so they wouldn't get sued while they were trying to figure out, should they keep the title, should they not?
Right.
Sony wanted to change the title. The writers and directors did not want to change it. So to kind of push Sony's hand to force either a suit or some negotiations with Warner, they added that phrase that Pullman uses with Independence Day.
Today we declare our Independence Day, but that was ad-libbed, and it was so good that everybody there, they didn't know it was coming, they were crying and cheering at the end.
Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Now, if you can move a cast in a movie that they know exactly what's going to happen, I'm telling you, if you
so
feel
you give
patriotic,
it 10 for one scene?
No, I think
It's great,
I
it's
mean,
fine.
this was a movie that I don't know one person that left that didn't feel great and love this film.
You could feel great about a movie, but you don't have to make it a classic.
But I don't know
You don't have to give it a
anybody
10
who
either.
doesn't love this film. But I can tell you, I just told you all
If
the
I
reasons
didn't love it,
why
I would have voted for a
it's
5 when we gave it a
classic.
5.
Dag
It's not a
nabbit.
classic. It's not. Oh my God, Deb, I am so disappointed in you.
Well,
I
you can
can't
be as disappointed
believe
as you want, but
this
I'll just
was a
stay the
classic.
way I am. I just feel it is, and all the formula things that came out of Independence Day. It's a classic film. It is a classic
So
film.
let's lead our audience into the beginnings of this film. There's this mothership kind of getting close to the moon, and you see the plaque on the moon, which really didn't exist where it is, but the plaque that's on the moon where Neil Armstrong, they start to get, almost like radar, like something's out there. You see this Asian young man, he's playing golf because there's nothing to do out in the desert in this laboratory of scientists that are waiting for the aliens to come. They're playing the music, End of the World as We Know It. End of the world as we know it. Okay, ha ha ha, I guess we know where we're going with this. Really? If an alien ship that was 15 miles long was getting that close to the moon, we, all of us, not just the United States, would have seen that coming. And Jeff Goldblum, is...
He sees it with his cable. He's a cable news guy or something, that runs this thing.
And he deciphers this code that there's
Right.
like a time sequence that Jeff Goldblum's like, oh my God, something's coming. These things are coming for us. And of course, he's the only one in the world that figured it out, of course. And he calls his ex-wife, who is the press secretary, I guess, for the president.
Yeah,
for Bill
she's
Pullman,
something's aide or his White House
saying,
assistant.
oh my God, this is what's going on. And basically get everyone out. And the message finally gets to the president because they're trying to figure out what's going on, what's happening. Just in the nick of time, they get out. And this is my favorite scene.
The White House.
The White House blowing up.
I mean, it's spectacular.
That hit me more than Pullman's speech. Having these landmarks disintegrate.
And so beautifully, it looks so real.
And they spent so much time, not just so much as CGI, but creating miniature models. And it was known for the most miniature models in any film, and probably the most that will ever be because of advanced CGI and artificial intelligence.
Everything.
That they staged it for the press prior to it, the film being completed. They had 9 cameras, they had different angles, and they only had one model. They had like a kind of backup model, smaller.
Right.
But when they blew it up, it came out so beautifully cinematically.
Well,
but
at
it was
the time,
so poignant, especially
at the time,
if you
it
lived...
was the largest film that ever had the most models in it.
Right, that's what I said. Did
Yeah.
you pay attention? No.
Well, I'm always thinking of to take you down on this thing. I'll take you down, brother, right to the dirt.
This is just a...
You've denigrated it. You told them the thing. The aliens are taking over the Earth. Of course, there's a great speech at the end, that they have to rise up and fight these things. And of course, Will Smith is very instrumental in that because he's like an ace fighter pilot type guy and very uncanny. And he's got, the balls of a giant ox. But I'm an alien. I'm not as good as the H.L. Geiger aliens, which were also used. That's a very famous artist, and also did Alien, the Mother Queen and all the aliens on Alien. And this, I had, believe it or not, this crazy shroud. So I did my best to be an alien, but I can't see with the thing on. I can't breathe with the thing on. I can't drink with the thing on for Cinesips. And I can't talk with the thing on. So now you're going to look at it and never see it again. There you go. That's it, I'm alien. Okay, you are Will Smith because Will Smith
Steven
does have
Hiller.
giant ears.
He has giant ears.
And he's a pilot.
He's a pilot.
And he's got aviator glasses. And he's got dog tags. And he's got a wife beater on underneath or whatever the name of that is.
Guinea
and he's
pig.
got a cigar. And he and Harry Connick were friends. And every time they did a mission and they did well, or before they did it, they lit a cigar.
Right.
And that was like their sword, their saber.
Right. And I also brought my Will Smith, because back in the day, Will Smith was a hip-hop rapper.
You bought that?
Oh, I used to DJ. Oh, I used to have all of his stuff. I used to wiki,
Is he any
scratch.
good? I never listened to him. I'm still listening to Led Zeppelin.
He's good.
Is that how he started?
He lost his mind when he smacked Chris
Did he
Rock.
start that before Fresh Prince? Was he like a baby rapper?
So here's a little history about Will Smith. We'll touch on that. So Will Smith was a rapper with DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, which was
Okay.
Will Smith.
And that's how they
started
got
out
the
as
name for the show?
That's his initial claim to fame.
Oh, okay.
He got a couple. His first song, "Parents Don't Understand," his first hip hop rap, which is actually kind of comical. It's funny. It actually shows him in a very comedic way. I could see where, Hollywood would be kind of interested in him.
Yeah.
Got the Grammy for it, and then landed the position in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which he also wrote and created the opening song for that. But from there, Fresh Prince, he landed an acting role in
7 Degrees of Separation.
7 Degrees
which
of
I
Separation.
saw on Broadway, and then it transferred it to a film. Yeah.
But he played the lead role there, and from there, that's when Hollywood started to pay attention
Notice
to him.
him. Yeah.
Until this film, where he then became the action star, and was put in a lot of these films. And you might not know, but part of my trivia later on, I'm going to try to stump you.
Okay.
He actually did songs for movies.
Oh, okay.
Some that he appeared and some he didn't. So he was really smart as far as using his skills as a rapper, getting out there in TV land, and then broadening himself out in movies, still keeping the music in line, and then ends up smacking Will Smith, at the height of his career, and looks like a freaking idiot.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!